Lately, I've been talking to a lot of people about grief. And as the conversation unfolds, usually I hear something like, I didn't know that about grief. Today I wanted to demystify grief a little bit and reconstruct grief in 5 easy steps. Number 1, grief is not limited to death. Grief can be due to a loss in many areas. A loss of a job, a divorce, a loss of a home, a loss of a sense of normalcy, even a loss of a favorite restaurant. All of those different losses can bring a response of grief. Number 2, grief is not something that you can check off the to-do list and be done with it. Grieving is a process, and it takes time. And even though the intensity and the frequency of the grief reactions may ebb and flow like the waves, grief is always there, but you can make it a part of you and even learn to appreciate it. Number 3, acceptance of the grief response is actually a healthy behavior. In our society, oftentimes we're taught to avoid the messy, the uncomfortable emotions, the hard stuff. People don't want to talk about it. But when we do, it can be very healing and cathartic for us. As we embrace the pain, we can forge deeper relationships with ourselves and those around us. And it gives other people to do the same. Vulnerability is such a gift that brings us closer and allows us to support each other, a gift of connection. Number 4, a grief response is not limited to sadness. There can be emotions of anger, guilt, regret, blame, confusion, and even gratitude, joy, a sense of awe, a deep sense of love. And the grief response doesn't have to be limited to an emotional event or an emotional experience. Grief can be mental or physical as well. Number 5, grief doesn't just come to some of us, it comes to all of us. All of us at one point in our lives are affected by loss. And grief is a reaction to loss. And it doesn't mean that you're weak or broken. It means you're fantastic. You're an amazing human being who has the capacity to experience a wide range of emotions. And you have the capacity to grow beyond what you ever thought was imaginable. Thank you for being with me. I'm excited to hear how this video helps you reconstruct your view of grief. Please comment below on how your perspective has shifted.